While the concept of vaginal orgasms has been around for a long time, the idea of a G-spot is a fairly new one. And most people have now heard of this term, even if they're not fully aware of what it is exactly, where it is, or what to do with it. But the G-spot itself and its existence has been strongly debated in different circles. So what's the truth? Is it real or is it just a myth? Stay around till the end to find out. My name is Helena Nista and I make videos that help you have the best sex of your life. And today we're discussing whether the G-spot really exists. And if so, then what exactly is it? In 1950, Ernst Grafenberg, a German physician and scientist, described a certain very sensitive area inside the woman's vagina. This area is located on the anterior wall towards the belly, and it was later named the Grafenberg spot or the G-spot. Since then, there's been a lot of speculation and discussion around this topic. Is the G-spot actually real? Where exactly is it? And how does it work? The scientific world has not been able so far to find enough evidence to support the existence of the G-spot, and many doctors and scientists claim that it doesn't actually exist. However, a lot of women talk about experiencing highly erotic and pleasurable sensations when this particular area is stimulated. Some ladies can even experience powerful orgasms there, often paired with female squirting. To other women, stimulating the G-spot feels quite neutral, and others don't like it at all, which only adds to the confusion around this mysterious area. So first of all, let's locate the G-spot. In order to find it, you need to insert 1 or 2 fingers inside the vagina, about 2 knuckles in, or 5 to 8 centimeters should do it, and then feel the area located on the anterior wall, the wall closest to the belly. You should be able to sense these sort of ridges there, similar to the ridges on the roof of your mouth. With consistent stimulation, this area will begin to swell, and so the ridges will become more pronounced. So what is this area and why does it feel different than the rest of the vaginal canal? The G-spot is located in the clito-urethro-vaginal complex, which is the area where the clitoris, urethra and vagina meet. All these structures, the clitoris, the urethra and the vagina, have a lot of nerve endings, which contributes to the sensitivity of this area and to the pleasure that a woman can feel when the G-spot is stimulated. And speaking of the urethra, which is the canal that the urine goes through, it is surrounded by the urethral sponge. And that urethral sponge is this sort of cushion of tissue that sits against the vaginal wall in the exact place where the G-spot is supposed to be. So while the G-spot itself might not be a real thing, there is definitely quite a particular area there on that vaginal wall that is capable of giving a woman pleasure. The idea behind finding and describing the mysterious G-spot was that it was meant to empower women and help them experience arousal more easily. However, so far it has also created a big problem. It sent us all on a frantic search of a structure that looks and feels and behaves differently in different women, because we are all unique and our bodies and vaginas are different. And while some women will experience heights of pleasure while having their G-spot stimulated, for others, it won't feel that great. And that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with these women. We're all like snowflakes in the world of human sexuality, all different, all unique. But when we try to reduce every single woman to how her G-spot responds, many women will feel inadequate or even broken. But sexual pleasure was never supposed to be just about finding the G-spot. And so it's wrong to expect that every woman should enjoy G-spot pleasure or have G-spot orgasms. Back when I was still early on my tantric and sexual journey, I met a girl who claimed that she could have squirting orgasms anywhere and anytime. And while I felt happy and excited for her, I also felt ashamed because I couldn't do that. This whole idea of G-spot orgasms and squirting put me to shame instead of empowering me. So let's not measure our own sexual experience against anybody else, because the result will typically be shame, discomfort, or a sense of not being good enough. There's a good chance that there's no G-spot at all. There's no magical area inside the woman's vagina that's meant to make all women orgasm. Instead, there's a clito-urethro-vaginal complex that feels and behaves differently in all women. We definitely need more research when it comes to women's bodies and women's sexuality. Women have not been studied enough when it comes to our erotic response, and there's still so much we don't know. So if you enjoy the stimulation of your G-spot area, great. If you can orgasm from it or even squirt fluid during that orgasm, amazing. But if you can't find your G-spot, or if you don't feel much when that area is stimulated, that's okay as well. There's nothing wrong with you and you're not dysfunctional. Your job is to find and identify your special spots that give joy, arousal and pleasure to you, regardless of what the media, your friends or anybody else has to say about that. Also remember that the best contributors to sexual satisfaction for majority of women are a sense of intimacy and a deep heart connection between partners. So don't get fixated on any supposedly magical spots in your vagina. A conscious, mindful masturbation practice is a great way to explore and discover all the delightful spots that your body comes with. And if you need a bit of help with your self-pleasure practice, make sure to check out my online course, Masturbation Coaching. It's a powerful journey of cultivating, expanding and deepening your own erotic and orgasmic power through self-touch. And if this video was helpful, please make sure to leave me a like and a comment below. Have you found your G-spot or your partner's G-spot? And what was your experience with that? I love reading your comments and I always respond to them personally. Please also consider buying me a coffee through my Patreon account. I make free weekly videos to spread quality sexual education all over the world, so your help means a lot to me. And now go and explore your own body and your own pleasure spots. And don't let anybody tell you what you're supposed to be feeling or how your body is supposed to be responding. After all, you are the biggest authority on the topic of your body and your pleasure. Have a fantastic day and I will see you next week on this channel, and if you're following my vlogging channel, then I'll see you there even sooner.